Good evening, everyone. I'm Dr. Rao, here to chat with people and really given what's going on with my activities. Okay. The new thing we started is in the morning we combined three programs into one, and that makes it much more comfortable, easier for people. We were doing an empowering series for the entrepreneurs, 30 problems that they were likely to face when you really embark as an entrepreneur, especially when there is a lot of competition. These days, a lot of people are becoming entrepreneurs because they are kind of uh, really have the choice, have the chance, have the availability and occasion to be an entrepreneur. All you need is know how to connect to the internet and then get on the computer and then start digital asset and then go and do the business, right? But they know they are not immune from the troubles that they have from their psychology or from their belief systems or from their you know resources and so many ways, right? I've been an entrepreneur since 1980. That's when I became a doctor, and then I came into practice, and I have practiced ever since till 2019. But then I became a online helper, wellness expert, and all that from my medical knowledge and also my understanding of the ancient wisdom in health and wellness practices. Combining both of them really resulted in something that I could help people with, right? That's how it has started, and it had been going on like that. Okay, so I was putting out all the problems that I encountered as an entrepreneur in the United States, and the funding problems, the building the business, promoting, marketing, and really understanding the patients and their needs and all. Lots of um, challenges, lots of enjoyment, lots of lessons. So I thought I would share them. I put 30 problems together, and we have been discussing those problems. And the last one we discussed was this morning on social media addiction. Why we are having that? What's the problem with our kids then? How it is going to affect them? That kind of thing. Okay, and then uh, we have been doing this morning routine where I developed a yoga program of stretches, breathing, and focusing your thoughts and developing concentrated outlook and all that, right? And also being offering from your heart. And that all helped people to make their body, brain, and also the heart ready for the work, whatever work they do at home or at office. It doesn't matter, right? What matters is how ready are you? How much you have really awakened the inner resilience we all have as human beings. We may have underlying disease, but we can control it. But we can develop this metabolic drive, this energy, this motivation, this positive attitude, all that, right? All that is within us, and we can really get out of the negativity and really rake up that inner resilience. I kind of learned a lot about that while coaching the physicians because they are feel like they are emotionally exhausted and physically drained and mentally were not appreciated, so burned out, basically stressed out, right? So I was not like that because I was enjoying my patient care. I was enjoying my way of healing people, and I didn't really agree the illness oriented health system, and I worked through that, and I tried to work with the roots of illnesses for my patients. So it was joyful thing for me to interact with the people who are coming to me for asking for help, and then engaging them, and honored to be given so much trust to put their lives in my hand. That resulted in really working for them, and taking care of them became a joy. And also, I come to know a lot of elderly, a lot of beautiful people. That There was one May Hammond, and she is a wonderful lady. The gentleness, the kind and affectionate way that she dealt with us. She passed away, but then she passed away very satisfied, because last few years she was with me, 10, 15 years probably. And I can recount so many experiences with so many people who stayed even 20, 30 years with me. Okay. So I became a doctor in 1983, working in university, right? And then I've been practicing ever since, geriatrics, internal medicine, and then my own practice and several hospitals, hospital committees. So much medical thing went through. But I would say, all in all, it was challenging but exhilarating. And especially doing my own clinic, I built it, I ran it, and then I sold it for a profit too. But then what mattered to me was the relationship I enjoyed with my patients. And if they are sick, if they are not doing well, I really put my heart into it. And then they got better and they were happy. I rejoiced it. So for me, there is no greater privilege than given to take care of another human being's life. That was from the Greece anatomy. I read it when I was in the anatomy class in medical school way back in 70s. So it kind of stuck with me, and I've been with that ever since. I never left that. The art of medicine, the beauty of interacting with human beings at their core, at their heart level, at their being level. You know, so that really gave me a lot of help. So I was enjoying the profession, but I saw who approached mechanically, and or maybe just for making some money or houses, cars, whatever that is. Those are the people who really burned out and not having the emotional reserve, not having that inner resilience, I would call. Okay, so I have been teaching doctors how to come back to service mode, how to come back to giving attitude, how to come back to emotional, empathetic attitude. See, these kind of things really helped a lot, right? All that I was focusing on the human being, how to come down from the levels of our big degrees, or monies or power, whatever we gain as physicians in this country, they're nothing compared to our satisfaction of treating a patient. Even the surgeons I saw, they're very happy with their skill and how they kind of repaired things, and then wonderful thing, right? So that's how it had been. Um, and now, after I sold my clinic, I kind of formed an online wellness optimizing company. That is the aim of that. How can we really help people to be well? Not only to be well, but to be well for a long time. Not only to be well for a long time, but in joyful way. Not existing here miserably. I enjoy my work, I enjoy my people, I enjoy my family, I enjoy my uh, small pleasures, like the beautiful cooking my wife does. That's the sattvic, or the friendship that we have, that we both work together in everything, and then some. So I have a lot of help from her that way. Okay, so enjoy the kids and enjoy their accomplishments, their life, and their struggles and all that. Uh, Many number of people I made friends just because they were in trouble and I was there, and it was a privilege to have that kind of chance. Right? I grew on people, and they don't expect anything, but they return give a lot of friendship and affection and love. That's valuable, right? So what I discovered was to be born as a human being is to be able to turn inward with our intelligence and discover the treasures we have as human beings. That's the ancient way. They talked about Atma Mokshardham. That means first turn inward and realize how much you are capable of enjoying yourself and really touching that abundance, right? And then move Jagat Hitaicha. After that is done, then go and help the world. That was what I learned from them, and that got stuck too. For me, everything is inner. Once you understand that, then you will see the limitation of our body, which is going to definitely go some pick up something, go downgrade, right? Sooner or later. But fortunately, with yoga practices, I am very healthy at 70, no medications needed, abundant energy, able to enjoy what I do. I'm not limited by the intellect like most people are. They think they are their intellect. And fortunately, I could see the limitation of that. It's always growing. Okay. You can use a finely tuned intellect, but don't assume that is you, right? So, all put it together, I came to the conclusion that most of the wellness systems, including me and other doctors, were not completely one with wellness oriented health systems. We should take it up as a movement and promote it, practice it, and speak about it. Because a lot of attention goes to the illness, which is what we have to do when people come with illness. But I believe as physicians, we should also really pay attention to the processes that is leading to illness of many people. Processed food, sedentary activity, entertainment industry, making you sit down and watch the uh, Netflix, all that. That's not really thought through, or people who are doing it do not really know the damage with it. Somebody wants to come up. Oh, my friend Lois. Yeah. So I kind of bandwagon on this is proactive wellness as a movement. Hi, Lois.
Hi, Dr. Ra. How you doing?
I am great. How are you?
I am wonderful. I haven't came up
Yeah,
and talked to you in a while, so I
yeah. I am busy focusing on this movement I started. So
oh, okay.
I kind of started in the morning 2 hours. You should come because I'm talking about in the first hour empowering the entrepreneurs, especially ladies. And the
Mhm.
next 1 hour about how to really start the day with a daily routine that you can start and take you to the work. Prepare your body, mind, and heart. So
Yeah.
those are going well, and people are appreciating them, and I'm very happy about that. So
Oh, that sounds good. It sounds really nice.
yeah, I
Because
wrote a small.
I know the value of having the routine that I have
Yeah,
before I what I call face the world, quote unquote. I
yeah.
have several things that I do before I begin conversation with anybody.
Exactly. I wrote a small book for the entrepreneurs of everywhere because all over people are, especially ladies, are getting entrepreneur, but they have a lot of problems and solutions. So I wrote something like a reference book. So you find something like a overworked, or you don't have financial means, or you have deadlines. So many stresses come right in the entrepreneur life. So
Right.
you can take this book and look up that problem, 30 problems I enumerated, and then you have the solution from the ancient wisdom. Read it,
Mm.
consider it, and see what you can do. So that kind of help is there in their handbook. So that's what I developed. I'm going to release it next week so that people can look at that and consider those alternate solutions, mainly from the ancient wisdom. Like, for example, today we talked about social media addiction. You know,
Okay.
the solution for the tension is upavasa. Upavasa means normally people think that is fasting, but actual upavasa is you withdraw your senses from the stimulating things.
Okay.
Social media, you open, somebody comments, somebody likes it, the dopamine thing comes up, and that they get caught in the dopamine level. They're always looking at who liked my thing, who made comments on that, who spread it, and all that. And that kind of thing is really what making a lot of people stressed out too, because they don't get it all the time. They have to compare with people. They do, we talk about internal things, Lois, but I'm
Right.
talking about
Okay.
the people who are getting addicted like that. So I also incorporated forest bathing. When you go to the forest, you want to indulge your senses first, right? You listen to sight the sounds, and then see the sights and all that. But then there is something else about withdrawing the senses from the stimuli, so that you won't even get excited about that. This I train the physicians, because they have a lot of outlet stimuli that is wreaking a lot of havoc within them. See, they don't have the
Okay.
same respect like before, and they don't really relish the work that they are doing, and they were so focused on the rewards, they are not coming that much, and also too much work is thrust on them, and they are getting really exhausted emotionally, physically, and all that. So I
Right.
train them, come on, look inside, take care of your senses, take care of your mind, take care of your heart. Then you will be much better, and then you don't have to fall for the slave of the slave. In Sanskrit, they call
So
that
when so what time? What time? You got to remember, I'm on the
seven,
West Coast.
7 central to
7 Central. So
to
that would
nine,
be
9, probably 5, probably. In the,
okay. See that. See, I'm not gonna commit to that
yeah,
because
yeah, yeah, yeah,
well, when I get back into a routine,
yeah.
I may be able to commit to that.
Hmm.
But
Now
because
listen
I'm
to
still
the result replays when you have time. Okay.
okay. Are they on your Instagram or are they
Yeah,
or your
Instagram,
YouTube or
Instagram, and also on the
okay?
Zoom, and also on the YouTube and all that. So anywhere you can find that, and then to see the
Okay.
when it is convenient for you, look at that. I would love to come
Okay.
and interact, but then if you cannot do that, that's fine too.
Sometimes I'm up at that time. I was up at that time this morning,
Yeah,
but that just I don't get it.
come back, guys. We're out of time now. Yeah. I get up at 4:30 or so. That's why there's a plenty of late for me. 7 o'clock. you know.
This thing is, I wake up at 4:30, but
Mm.
time up until about 7 is my time.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with nobody else. That's my time that I spend
Yeah.
with self. So that's why I was like, nope, that's too early. Because I was doing, I was going to listen to the meditations with
Mm.
another doctor that comes on in the mornings,
Mm.
and they come on at 5 o'clock my time.
Mm.
But during that time, I'm generally still doing my stuff because I'm doing my
Yeah.
stuff till about. So I wake up
Yeah.
before 4:30, and so I write
Very
down
good.
any messages that I've dreamed of,
Yeah.
anything. Then I
See,
set
this is
myself
for
for the
people who are
day.
not doing like you. This is for
Well,
stuff for.
I have to do it to
Yeah.
maintain my vibrational energy
Yeah.
and maintain my upbeat attitude,
That's what it
maintain
is.
my joy, to maintain what I have.
Yeah.
I can stop doing it, but then if I stop doing it, the level of my quality of my life
Yeah.
will change because I'm not setting a
Exactly.
road for me to travel down. I'm not creating my own thing.
Yeah.
I get
See.
to create my life when I wake up early. But if I
Yeah.
just get up and jump into the day, I got to go with whatever's there.
Yeah.
Unless I can remember to stop. Unless I can remember to stop
Yeah.
and close my eyes and bring myself back to ground,
Yeah.
and then begin creating from there. But it's easier. It's an
You
ounce of
know,
prevention worth a pound of cure.
my morning
Okay.
routine has the 4 things you actually do and 3 attitudes you carry. The 4 things are: stretch your body, get the tension out,
Yeah. Uh huh.
deep breathe, deep breathe into the stretches.
Yeah.
Okay, that's where I bring in the yoga stretches and all that various variety of it. And then keep your mind here and now throughout the hour.
Yeah,
Okay?
when I wake up, sometimes I would like this morning. This
Yeah.
morning I woke up extra early because when I went to sleep, I went to sleep with something that was troubling me, and I
Yeah.
said, you know what, I'm gonna sleep on this so I can get clarity because right now my gut don't feel right about this situation.
Have you heard
So
my
when I
new mantra? New mantra I was promoting.
what's that? What's that?
Get up in the awareness. That means don't
Okay.
let your thoughts run you in the morning. Be,
Oh no,
yeah,
this wasn't even in the morning. This is
in the
I was
night.
dealing
Yeah, I
with
know.
something. I was dealing with
Yeah, no,
something
listen,
specifically.
listen to it.
Specific.
Let me complete the whole mantra. Then you agree with me.
Okay.
First, get up in the awareness. Don't let your eye thought go. Don't look at devices and all that. After you establish yourself in that presence of awareness, and then carry that through the day, like you are paying attention to everything that you do, right?
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, vacate the mind and go to sleep.
Yes. And
AAV, awareness, attention, vacation.
exactly. You know, that's how it's supposed to be because it's
Yeah.
supposed to be what stretch,
Mhm.
recover,
Yeah.
release.
Relief. Yeah.
Stretch, release, recover,
Yeah.
and give yourself stretch, release. I'm saying it wrong.
Yeah.
Stretch, release, recover.
Recover.
Because you gotta have that recovery time, and you gotta have that time of
Yeah.
contemplation and reflection. So when I wake up in the morning, if I get woke up like I did this morning at like 2:30,
Yeah.
I was woken up to write a message.
You see, physically
So I
people
got
can.
up. So I
Physically,
woke up and wrote what came to me, and I was able to
yeah.
work through and solve
See, Lois,
things that wasn't solvable yesterday.
physically people can stretch and release and all that. That's fine. But then mentally they get stuck. You see, what awareness. That means be aware, use the thought consciously, and end the thought consciously. It's such a relief because you don't cling on to things, you don't accumulate things, and you live in silent mind, but using the mind according to what you want to do.
Yeah, and then you also you're not stacking things.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
Exactly.
I listen to people a lot of time, and
Yeah.
they said, "Well, this thing happened, and then this, and then this, and then this, and then this." I said, "It didn't all happen at the same time. They
Yeah.
did this, and then maybe a couple of months later they did something else.
Yeah.
You never released the first thing they did, so you're stacking it.
Yeah.
And you got to look at everything as it stands right in the present moment. You can judge this moment
Yeah.
by yesterday.
That is
You really
perceptual, perceptual way of looking at things, not by thought.
Yeah.
That
So
is difficult for a lot of people because they are clinging to thoughts, right? And that happens all the time, you know. So be perceptive of what is happening in the present. Stay with that. You can use the life lessons you learned, but don't go and live and compare with something that is already done, even yesterday. And this is a great gift for the human beings. You are using the memory, but you are not living in your head. You are planning further, but you are not living your head. All those people who know what is living in the head I'm talking about, and how really such a burden that one, especially now with the information age. I am an informatician. I have a master's in the science of information, biological informatics, MBI, master's in biomedical informatics. That is where we really saw the effects of information overload on the present generation, where we are loading up a lot of unnecessary data and missing the blissness of uh, stillness of thought or silence of thought. Doesn't mean you become dumb or you become stupid. It means you are going to use the thought more aware of everything. You are following the thoughts as objects. That's the number four. Actually, I was talking to Lois about the four things we do in the morning routine. First of all, you stretch the body and relieve all the tension, and also deep breathe into your tensions, and then that also helps to relieve them. Then you make sure your attention is anchored to the present by following the breath or the sensations in your body. And also, any thoughts come up, treat them like objects. Don't suppress them, don't indulge with them. Just to watch them like a clouds in the sky, because you are the vast sky in which these clouds of thoughts are happening. All the turmoil may be there, but essentially that vast sky is non-turbulent, silent, deep. Be that what you are. That's what I learned from the ancient wisdom, because they spent a lot of time turning inward, paying attention to what's going on and observing them, and really going over that and then establishing themselves in the silent mind. There is something called stillness of mind. That's a property of mind. Modern people don't understand that. That's why there's so much stress, so much hangover, so much clinging on to things that are already done. Never living in the present, which is really our life. You know, intellectuals are much worse because they glorify that as though that is the whole life. But they themselves never understand what is really enjoying that blissful silence that we are all capable of. Okay. It's no big deal having lots of facts, lots of data, but making the sense of them and then really cleaning up all the unnecessary data, negative data, persistent data, loops of thinking. This is the problem. Whoever worships the intellect, they will pay for it. But you use the intellect like a sharp knife, not to cut yourself, but to cut the vegetables in the proper use, you know. So learning to use the thought for proper purposes is a big deal. I learned that through Krishnamurti, you know, J. Krishnamurti. So, like Lois, she is also inner oriented person. I know her. And that's why she can understand what I'm talking about, you know. So she is also getting up in the morning and trying to bring herself to the presence and then really revive that and then come back. This is also ancient wisdom, you know. In Bhagavad Gita, the Krishna tells Arjuna, the warrior prince, you got to get up in the morning and you elevate yourself from the reactive smaller self to something like a discretionary prefrontal cortex, from limbic system to the prefrontal cortex, from the lower self, which is the egoic thing, to the higher self that is responding properly but not having this emotional turmoil of reactions. Very important subject in the information age, because people are reacting even for small things, and that is from the limbic system, which produces the fight or flight syndrome, all the stress hormones. Versus if you are having the deep breathing, which I make people do and also cultivate it through the day, then you will be stimulating your parasympathetic nervous system, the vagus, which is rest and digest. So you can go and work very well, but not to be emotional turmoils that go through. And that's why people who have realized this higher self, they have this calmness, stillness. That's the first requirement to really enjoy that inner self coming out and all. That itself is the bundle of unalloyed happiness, peace, and joy. We have all those treasures within us. It's not a concept, it's not an idea, it's not something put together by thought. It is experienced because you make your mind calm, still. That is yoga. Yoga, chitta vritti nirodha. Yoga is when you still the modulations of mind. Then tada drashtu swarupe avasthanam. Then your real inner silent self reveals itself. That is realizing the self, self realization. Big thing in the ancient times. They had this complete calmness of the mind as much as they want in the morning and they are not influenced by outward stimuli. Even the wild animals came around them, and because they were so silent, fearless within, they did not attack them. This was documented several times. So even now, the real practitioner of this uh, calmness and quietness and all that, they really enjoy that. So some patient people do go and practice meditation, and they have this all the snakes coming around them because they're attracted to the silence, and then they don't harm them. They just see and then go away. All the wild animals. The wildness in the animal is somehow submerged because of the inner silence of these people who are deeply meditative in the middle of the forest. How did they survive the forest? How did they encounter all these wild animals? Because we will probably we get so fearful, we take off, and then they will be after us and they'll kill us, probably, right? So that was there too. But in the modern times, make some time for you to sit down and calm your mind. I recommend you do it first thing in the morning after you awaken, maybe a few minutes. And then deep breathing will help you to get all your thoughts to one place. Then stay with one thought and go beyond the thought into the awareness and live in awareness. Then you will understand what I'm talking about bliss and calm and joyful nature of this. And then go and work while you are working, do the multitasking. Focus on one task at a time. You will do more stuff with less energy, and also you come out feeling great because flow state you are in, it will allow you to do a lot of stuff without expending unnecessary energy. Don't you feel when you are doing something very uh, easily for some time, and then you feel like you didn't work because you enjoy the whole process, right? That is to be in the flow. The one of the best systems for the flow is Patanjali Yoga Sutras. It was agreed by the even scholars of the modern times. The one who wrote the book Flow. Read that book, and then you in the evening before you go to sleep, again deliberately take out everything that you are accumulating in your mind, your thoughts, your angers, your happiness movements, or whatever from the day. Take it out and put it out and sleep on the emptied stomach, emptied mind, vacated mind from all this. That's why I say wake up in awareness, live in attention all day, and when you're retiring, vacate the mind before you retire. Follow the formula, actually do it, and experience the quietness, and then you tell me, yeah, this is really something beautiful. I do that. It's automatic for me these days. So I wake up in the morning, take 10 deep breaths, and then I don't allow my I thought to rise up and go and pursue what is the agenda, what are going to do. They are already there. I don't have to do that at this moment. But my main aim is establish myself in the present moment of awareness. Awareness is a thoughtless state. You're just awake, alert, you know what's going on around you. You are completely with it. And carry that like a perfume through the work. Be attentive to every action that you take. And at the end of the day, before you go to sleep into sleep, Just empty your reactions. I call this review of reactions, and then sleep on your being. If that is not possible, sleep on not thinking anything or not holding any thoughts. Let them go. Don't cling. And in that moment, you really experience a very sound sleep, which helps you to clean up your mind physiologically and the body physiologically. That's why sleep is so essential, so important to detoxify you. Okay? Once you've done that, and you get up in the morning completely refreshed, again start being in the present moment, and because a lot of buried thoughts will come out, right? So you just want to pay attention, let them go, and then the whole thing of awareness, attention, and vacation, the mind, all that start. I found this very practically feasible, possible, and doable, and get the results. Okay, so very much needed because a lot of people spoil that reticular activating system, which is responsible for our sleep. First of all, stimulants and depressants. Take a lot of pills, so that are or coffee, tea, or whatever, alcohol, whatever that you do, and then in the time that you don't have sleep, you want to take sleeping pills. Both are equally bad. You don't need them. Be natural like the ancient world. They woke up before the sun. They stayed on for the entire day, and then they ended the day just after sun went down. They also ended. But we are having a whole full day up to 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, especially the kids. Totally, totally damaging to your natural abilities of healing. All the people talking about all these late night talks and everything, think they are not realizing what damage they are doing for their own system. Many people I advise on sleep, they have to, really identify the bad habits that they have encountered without thinking, and they have to unlearn them. Not just in philosophy and understanding, but in real actuality, they have to unlearn and then go in a different direction. Then I myself, when I was a physician, I had to wake up in the night, right, all the time. And what happened then? That was a very difficult time for my energy. But the moment I understand how to relax, how to put myself into that being state and then sleep on that, now I can wake up after 2 to 3 hours of sleep and my energy is completely very beautiful. That means the longevity principle of detoxifying the body and the mind naturally done by the our own sleep. Give that value that it deserves. Pay attention to it. Take it serious. And then learn to sleep deeper. Learn to sleep shorter. Then you will understand how much you are saving with the time, with energy, with all the health also. In Ayurveda, there is a term called ama. Ama is like a toxicity, toxins, and everything included, inertia, the tamas energy, and all the frenetic energy of rajas, everything gathered together. What is ama is naturally cleaned by our metabolic process, our sleep and rest, and all that. Give it a rest. Don't talk all the time. Don't go and preach everything to everybody. Nobody lives like that, really. It's only your talking that reminds you are wasting energy and all that. Okay, give it a rest, especially at night time before you go to sleep. Give it a rest. All thoughts, negative, positive, whatever memories, everything. Give it a rest for the night, and then sleep on that and come out. Anyway, I thought I will come and tell you about this 2 hours I'm doing in the morning, combined three programs combined into one. Number one was this entrepreneurs empowering I'm doing for a while. and that book and everything is done in a private group, actually in the WhatsApp. Okay, and we are bringing that to start with, because we do start that group also on WhatsApp. So I didn't want them to rupture in the middle. So they come and listen to that, and they take opinions there, and they go. That's a very practical thing we're doing. And then the morning routine, which has been followed by some people, they really like it. So I do it for myself too. It's very simple, right? Get my body going, get my mind in the center, in the present, and me in the awareness. And I just want to serve. I want to give. I want to help the life, people, process, and all that, right? And one of the important things I'm doing in championing is, how can I make people, systems, communities, planet, everybody to be really proactive. That means they are doing some things actively by themselves to be well. There's so much of scientific knowledge that will help you to be long, live and all that. Use that. There's so much, thousands of years time tested experiential knowledge of ancients. Use that. But if you are so arrogant, so really not able to see the wisdom, that's your problem. But if you can take the best of scientific medicine, best of ancient wisdom, which is my style, and don't accept it just like that, but look at it, think about it, test it, experiment with it, and then research it. Then you find the truth and apply it. Okay, I never say you just do whatever I do just like that. First listen, then think about it and scrutinize it. Then, once you find the truth in it, then allow the truth to happen in your life. That is the ancient way of doing anything. Shravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasana. Shravanam means listening, Mananam means reflecting, Nididhyasana means allowing to happen in our life meditatively. So, come and join me 7 o'clock in the morning and Central Time, 8 o'clock Eastern, and stay there for a couple of hours. Three different programs. First one is empowering entrepreneurs, the 30 problems I talked about, and then morning routine that will align and energize your body, your mind, and your heart. And then you will talk about what are the proactive wellness measures I can do today. What are the things I can make changes in my diet, in my ability to move or exercise, my ability to rest and sleep better, and also calming my mind. These are the four pillars I always talk about. Okay? Ahara, Vihara, Achara, Vichara. Those are the ancient way of expressing these four wellness pillars, which I live. I kind of talk about it. I help people with so many ways. Okay. So it's a life of giving, a life of being in the blissful existence of being a human being, using their intelligence to live intelligently and also to help the life in whichever form it comes to me. People, process, systems, planet, whatever that is, I contribute to that. Thank you. And I'll be seeing you again whenever I have time. I have another meeting in another half an hour, and they are going to explore what is the true happiness and success in life. So I'm very eager to go there and participate with them. Okay. Thank you. Bye bye.